Let's try this again, family. And I went off too. I went off on. But I'm finna vent to y'all in a minute, family. Just hold on. We gonna let a couple of more people get in here, and I'm gonna vent because I've been clowning for the past. When that first live cut out, family, I was clowning. I was clowning.
They're mine. No, they're mine.
Feeling healthier and happier at any age can start with doing just one thing.
What are you doing?
Hold on, family.
Staying.
I'm trying to see what's really going on. My bad. Y'all hearing commercials and all. That's a no-no. My bad. My bad. My bad. And let me see. I change this right here right quick too. Now, if it start buffering, it's a technician supposed to come, family. It's a technician that's supposed to come. They just said they just can't come today. But we're going to get this thing straight. Okay? Because I was clowning, family. It's no way. It's no way that it should have been acting like that. Let me see something. Bay Solo, what's up? Linda D, what's up? Tidra Owens, thank you for coming back. Jim C, thank you for coming back. I was just clowning. I'm finna tell y'all about it. Hold on 1 second. Let me see, can I change this thumbnail? Because it look real raggedy right about now. It look real raggedy, family. That thumbnail look real raggedy. Well, I guess I can't change it now, but I'll change it in a minute. I'll change it when it's over with. Because that thumbnail looking raggedy, family. I'll change it when I get through. But Nurse Petty, hello. I came on at 3, family. Okay? I came on at 3. And then all of a sudden, why is this little thing down here? Okay. I came on at 3. And then it just went haywire. And y'all know I've been having problems with that internet buffering and fuzzing and acting stupid. I called my internet providers, and when I say we went off, my whole team was going off. But we were going off. You would think people was in here fighting, okay? Point blank, period. We was clowning because we paid too much a month. We got the highest package they could have, and it's still acting stupid. So she's gonna say, well, you know, you can use your hotspot. Damn, a hotspot. I want this spot done, and I want it done right. And then, I got a big package, and now if it start buffering, family, they ain't gonna be able to send a technician until, what is it? She said Thursday or something like that, which is too damn long for me. But I'm gonna go ahead on and stick with it. But the thing is, the package that we have is one of the highest packages. It's no way I should be shaking, buffing, stuttering, none of that. None of that. You can use a hot spot, and I ain't using no hot spot. I ain't pay for that. I ain't pay for no hotspot. You goddamn get a hotspot, not me. No, not today. Y'all gonna hot y'all ass over here and see what the hell is going on. Okay? Now, we have 12 TVs in this house. Nothing buffers. This is the office part. Nothing. When I'm on the laptops and stuff regular, it runs smooth. It's not until I hit live, it start acting up and talking about the internet look weak, then internet is strong, internet is weak. Oh no, we're not finna play that. I told her that technician gonna come over here and he gonna go in every room in this damn house to make sure every signal is on high alert. And I ain't playing, family. I ain't playing. I was too through. I'm so tired of starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stop. And they do make it. One of our subscribers or viewers said that, hey, is your internet underground? Hell no, my internet ain't underground. I got the best goddamn internet it is. I know they weren't trying to be funny. I guess they wanted to know. No, we are surrounded by water. I told y'all I'm right here on the Gulf Coast. I done showed y'all the water view on my balcony. I'm surrounded by water, so all the wires and stuff is up ahead, not, underground. The wires won't be able to survive underground. Y'all tell me if y'all able to hear me. I'm so through. I'm just through right now. If I ain't through right now, family, talking about riding bumpers, I turned on the damn internet to find some bumpers, and I messed around there and had to ride the bumpers of my internet subscribers. And they lucky I don't want to say they damn name right now. But if they don't get this shit right, I'm putting them on blast, family. I'm going to mop them through this internet. I don't care. It sure enough will be buffing and carrying on then. I just have to find somebody else. Bay Solo said there's no hot spot inside my house. I don't know what this lady talking about. She told me that my provider, I could do hotspot with them if I would like. No, I'm not doing that. That's too much like work. All I want to do is hit the damn thing, flap up my damn laptop, turn on the TVs or whatever, and the shit be playing. That's all I could. Look here. I'm old school. I told y'all that. Hell, I'm showing slides every damn time I come on. So you know I'm old school. I give old school knowledge too. I ain't trying to damn start doing hot spots and trying to find a hot spot or a gray spot or a provide hot spot. No, I'm not finna do all that. That's too much like work. That's too much like work. I'm not finna add hot spot on my schedule. They got me effed up. No, Can y'all hear me? Obey Solo says she driving and typing. You take it easy. You take it easy. Bridget Brown, salute, salute, salute. Jim C, thank you for coming back. Yes, yes. Granny G, thank you so much for coming back. Nurse Petty, salute, salute, salute. Tidra Owen, salute. Linda D. Owen, salute, salute, salute. Salute to all y'all. This is a slap ass mess. Thank you, Bay Solo, for saying you can hear me. This is a slap mess. Kendall R, what's going on? Making me and the moderators look bad. Like, damn, Cafe shit getting raggedy every day, ain't it? Her shit there ain't working. What going on with Cafe? Cafe done fell off. Do she need more donations or what? Because shit, we can't hardly see her, hear her. She buffering all the damn time. What the hell is going on with Cafe? Is she all right, family? I would be saying it. And it's the raggedy internet. Ain't nothing else in here buffing. Wait, clean till I hit live. Yeah, okay. I think I got some of the vent out. That made me mad around this camp. Yes, yes, yes. And y'all know in the first one, in the first one that I did that got cut off, I was talking about the kids and all that stuff. So if y'all want to know about the updates about what parents need to know about their kids, check out that first one, okay? That first video. I don't know how long it is, but I hadn't even looked at that. And then I also talked about, I think I just talked about the kids basically. Yeah, so we getting ready to ride some bumpers now. I just got through family, I done rode bumpers so hard just a few minutes ago about that internet until, honey, I'm telling you, it was terrible. I don't even think I got enough energy to ride nobody else bumper for real. I was riding some bumpers about that internet. Oh, no, you ain't. Y'all ain't finna do me. Give me one more second and I'll be right back, family. Okay, family. I was going out so bad till the dog started barking. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. He thought I was in here clowning and fighting with somebody. I guess I was on the telephone. I was trying to tell him to be quiet. Then I had to stand back there with him to let him know it's me. Ain't nobody arguing with me. Ain't nobody in here trying to do nothing. It's just me raising my voice, cutting up around this joint. He wasn't playing. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, it's me. So then I said, well, damn, if the dog think I'm crazy, I might need to chill out a little bit. Hot Mess Bay Solo said. Jim C said, that's fine. Okay, well, let me start off where I left off. I want to say shout out to everybody and all that, but let me go ahead on and continue doing this. Okay, so now I want to talk about those inmates. It's some inmates that escaped from New Orleans. That's my stomping ground. And actually, family, we were supposed to be going there this weekend. I got to show y'all something about that in the next video too. I just can't do it today. But I'm gonna show y'all that I met up and saw the captain of the riverboat brawl. And so I took a picture and everything with him and we talked. I'm gonna discuss all that. But I need some more time for that, and that wasn't put in here. But in the next video, I'm gonna let y'all see the picture of me and him, and he said he's doing fine and all that good stuff like that. Yes, when they had that riverboat brawl over there in Montgomery. Yes, but anyway, those inmates, this what those inmates did in New Orleans, and we was headed down there too. But then I said, nah, I'm good. We supposed to have went this weekend, but they ain't got but 2 of them, and 10 of them escaped. And they all running all through New Orleans. That's where they caught one of them. He hiding up under the car at a hotel where a lot of people be at all the time. Yeah, Bay Solo, thank you so much for your generous donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hey, well, I ain't gonna forget. I'm gonna make sure, moderators, please let me know when I get towards the end to give shout outs to the ones who donated in those previous videos that I had forgot to shout out. But thank you so much, Bay Solo, for your generous donation. It's so greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Well, anyway, family, one of them was up under a hotel that we frequently go around and stuff like that. He hiding up under one of the cars and stuff. Yeah, so it was 10 of them that escaped. Boy, how they do that, I do not know. But they did. Well, I do know, but I'm finna show y'all in a minute. These jokers right here. Yeah, these jokers, all 10 of them, running across I-10, done escaped. Yeah, yeah. And they put holes in they had took the toilet out from around where they stay at in the jail cell. And this is why we said, we all right, we are not going to New Orleans. Because see, we was headed there. You know, we had to go to Alabama, Montgomery, and it was like a straight shot. That's when I saw, it was around the Mother's Day time when we did that, and I ran into that captain. Okay, y'all might hear a car revving up. That's one of the team members. He testing out a vet or something like that. I don't know, but I'm about to throw an egg because you know eggs is real popular. Y'all remember when that man, they said that some man was throwing eggs at the Diddy trial outside. I got something to show y'all about that too. But anyway, we were supposed to go down there to New Orleans, right? I said I'm not going because these folks done escaped, and it's 10 of them, and they running all around the interstate, all around the restaurant joints, all around where you go get your drinks and all that. No, I'm good. I ain't going. I ain't going. I ain't going. So this is what they say, family. This is what they say. Who these good dudes are, and then, yeah, and when y'all hear it, y'all see why I changed my mind. I rescheduled that, whether they like it or not. But it says Derek, one of them name is Derek Grove, convicted of double deletion in a 2018 Mardi Gras mass. Pow pow. Official warned he may seek out witnesses from his trial. I'm good. I ain't going. I'm good. I'm going. Talking about, and then they had the nerve to say, and he might be seeking out witnesses. Honey. Anyway, then the next one is Corey, accused of second-degree deletion in the 2023 Pop Pow on Bourbon during a car burglary. Jermaine Donald facing second-degree deletion. Now, listen, family. All 10 of these jokers they delete people, okay? Ain't nobody stole candy, none of that. No bank rob, none of that. These jokers here, they starting off with first degree, second degree, all that deletion. No, dog. How they get out of there anyway? We'll get to that. Anyway, Jermaine Donald facing second degree deletion and aggravated, windmilling. Okay, Gary Price held for attempted first degree deletion. Kendall Myers, recaptured Friday, has a history of escaping. He's accused of powering a man uptown. Okay, Bonnie Massey, history of escaping, date back to 2007. Currently held for domestic windmills, theft, parole violation, kidnapping, and R-word. Linton Vinberg, held for a pow weapon, parole violation, accused of a 2021 deletion. Leo Takes, booked with burglary, weapon possession. Robert Mooney faced charges of obstruction of justice, that street candy traffic, and windmilling on folks. K. Kington Dennis held for armed, rob, and weapon charge. All of them done got out of there, family. All of them done got out of there. All of them done got out of there. And they were proud of it too. And when they got out of there, they left a message. Yeah, they left a message for the folks and told the folks that now only two of them been captured. 8 of them are still running around now, okay? But this is what they say. The 10 inmates escaped from New Orleans Justice Center just after midnight Friday on May 16th in the morning time. Okay? They think that some of the inside security guard helped them out with that. The escape was discovered during 8:30 a.m. head count after 8 hours after the inmates had left. So they did a head count at 8:30 in the morning. They was gone 8 hours prior to that. A hot mess. A hot mess. Let me put some bumpers in the chat. Yeah, they was gone an hour. Well, 8 hours after that. Then they said they discovered that those inmates was gone. They went into a cell door. They opened it up. They removed the toilet, navigated through the maintenance area. From there, officials said they entered a hallway, exit through a supply door, scaled the walls, and crossed I-10 in their orange jumpsuits. While they was running, they ditched their jumpsuits, and their jumpsuits was found in nearby neighborhoods. At least one witness reported seeing inmates running and fleeing all across the interstates. Family, can y'all imagine driving on the interstate and then seeing 10 convicts running across the interstate? Because you know they convicts, they had on them loud ass orange jumpsuits. Can you imagine looking and then seeing all of them running in jumpsuits? Inmates. I'd have turned around. No. Now they said that it was a hole behind the toilet, and that actually the way they got out of that hole, they shouldn't have been able to remove that toilet without it being disconnected on the opposite side, which is the maintenance room. Which means they're saying they think it was an inside job, that somebody went around there to the maintenance room, disconnected some stuff so that on the inside of the jail, they'll be able to pull the toilet out, and then they could go through that hole, go into the maintenance room, go out the door. That's what they did, family. A hot mess. A hot mess. The sheriff said that plumbing panels and the toilet used in the escape could only be removed from the outside of, in the maintenance room. So I just told y'all that. Now the jail is under lockdown. It should have been up under lockdown. You got people like that, it should have been in lockdown. It should have been in lockdown. The employees that was on duty has been placed on suspension. Wow. Officials do acknowledge that high-risk inmates will be housed in a maximum security condition. Staffing levels are at 60%. Now they want to try to put it on staffing levels, okay? I don't give a damn if the staffing levels is 20%. If the staffing levels is at 20%, what do that mean? Everything got to stay locked down damn near 24/7 until we can get some more people here hired, because we can't let them have their freedom to the yard and all that stuff like that when it's only 20% of us watching them. So everybody needs to stay locked down until they get more higher. But in this case, they saying they was only 60% staffed. That is the reason why the inmates basically got out. Basically they playing a blame game. Oh, well, we only 60% staffed, so you have to understand the detainees were housed in a particular unit due to an ongoing renovation in the previous unit. So they said that these high risk inmates was placed somewhere else because where they originally be at is being renovated. We don't care. They still supposed to be protected, secured, make sure they don't get out. I don't care. Wow. Wow. And let me show y'all this right here. These fools weren't playing, family. These fools weren't playing. They weren't playing. This is the hole. Y'all will see the toilet, and then you see the hole back there behind the toilet. That's where they moved the toilet from, but behind that square opening there. And then they did this. And then they did this. That was the hole they got out of. They got out of that hole. And this all them running when they got out of there. They done jumped up out of there. They were falling all over the place. 10 of them. 10 of them. And this the one they caught. They caught him. They caught his butt. Okay. But they was running all over the place, family. They was running all over the place. They didn't care. None of that. No, they didn't. They didn't care. They was like grasshoppers, like backyard grasshoppers all over the place. And like I said, one of them got caught hiding up under a car in a hotel like garage place. And what happened was New Orleans, he went over there on Bourbon Street, like, you know, where all the good where they got the hotels and things like that. He ran up under somebody's car. Most likely, he was going to wait on those people to get ready to get in their car, and he was going to jack them up. He was going to take their car from them. But luckily, when you hit Bourbon Street, New Orleans have these cameras up that do face recognition. So they had put all their names in the system to the cameras and put their faces, sent the faces to the cameras. So when the cameras get a hit on their face, the cameras will be like, whichever camera it is, they know he in that area. And that's what happened to him. He messed around there and ran on Bourbon Street somewhere and tried to ditch into one of those hotels where the camera had caught his facial recognition because they had already sent an alert to the camera saying, hey, this face right here, we looking for it. And it went off and they caught him and they surrounded the place because the camera never showed him coming back out of that hotel garage. So they knew he was most likely still in there. And they probably went up under or looked at every car, inside of every car and all that. They caught him. He was up under the car. So can you imagine being a visitor and you leave the hotel to go jump and get something to eat and an inmate jump out talking about put your hands up? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Are you for real right now? No. Let me see what y'all saying. Hunter Green, salute. Hunter Green, other moderator in the house. Okay, Ken Delar and Bay Solo and Hunter Green in the house. Thank you so much. The crazy continues, Hunter said. Yes. Let me see if y'all said anything else. Throwing eggs. Oh my God. Yes, Bay Solo. Yeah, I'll talk about it in a minute too. John Benjamin, hello. He said hello, Cafe of Knowledge. You're simply the best. Love you so much. We love you too. We sending big hugs and love. Joshua, hello. Salute. You got them butterflies. Thank you. Yeah, so family, that was on that one right there. Okay. I just can't see it. A bunch of alley rats with orange jumpsuits on, running across the interstate, going up under people's cars and stuff, waiting on people to get in their car. Ain't no telling where them other 8 at right now. Now let me tell you this, because you remember when the sheriff said that these people are dangerous, and one of them could be looking for the witnesses that was in their trial, right? So this is what one concerned victim said. I mean, I don't know if they was a victim or they was just a witness or whatever, but now that person is scared, family, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. That person is scared right now because they feel like that person is out to get them. And hell, the sheriff said that he could be, looking for those witnesses. But this is what they said. One of those right here. It says it do say victims. Victims is frustrated. A mother told Fox 8 she had her and her family has fled New Orleans out of fear and safety. She said they don't even have a place to go, but they left New Orleans anyway because they heard that the person, I guess they was victimized by one of those inmates, is now out. And the person said, my baby is scared. He's afraid. He won't let my hand go. He tells me, he said, Mama, why they didn't keep the bad guys? I can't explain to him and tell him why, because I don't know, she said. So it's a she. She expressed her frustration with the jail deputies. And she said she don't have nowhere to go. But when she found out that one of the guys who she was victimized by is out, that they left immediately. And they really don't have nowhere to go. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Dude in the yellow gonna get him away. Bay Solo said the dude in the yellow gonna get him away. Well, they all had on orange. They all had on orange, Bay Solo. But they did say that they found a lot of the orange jumpsuits ditched in neighborhoods. And you notice, I just showed y'all a picture of one of them that they captured. They captured 2. But I showed y'all a picture of one of them that they captured. You see him in the police car. He in regular clothes. He ain't had a yellow jumpsuit on no more, that orange jumpsuit on no more. He had done ditched that. Where he get that shirt from? Did he jack somebody for a shirt? Or did he go to one of his relatives' house and they threw him a shirt and he kept on going? Or did he take it off a homeless person? Because New Orleans, down there on Bourbon Street, now there's a couple of those around, He probably took it from a homeless person. Homeless person up there asleep. Give me your shirt. What? Bay Solo said he should know they look up under cars. Yes. I'm so tired of these alley rats. Yes, Hunter Green. I'm so tired of these alley rats. I'm trying to figure out how somebody laughing at Jim C. What Jim C. that said? Oh, Clay G Beats in the house. Salute. Y'all check out Clay G Beats channel as well. Wonder why drivers who saw the inmate running across the highway, they did call 911. That's how they knew. That's how I'm telling you. They did a head count, but my thing is, they said some drivers on the interstate was calling 911 saying, hey, it looked like some inmates are going across the interstate. Now, whether they believe them or not, I don't know, Clay G Beats, because the thing about it is he did say, that sheriff said they had some phone calls that said inmates say, hey, y'all, when they said 911, they was like, hey, it looked like some inmates are crossing the street. Now they probably say, well, what they look like? Know how many questions they ask? They're like, we don't know. Well, what kind of suits they got on? Orange. Well, does it say jail on the back? Man, I'm going 70 miles an hour, probably 80. I can't see what's written on them. All I could tell you is it looked like they look like they come from a jail. Where you think they coming from? A party? Not dressed in that. And they probably didn't even take that serious. Because if you notice, I'm telling you, they did say they got some phone calls from drivers on I-10 that said it looked like some inmates are crossing the interstate. Now, whether they thought it was a prank, but if you get, I think they said like 2 or 3 calls came in because they did it quick. They did it quick. Now they were dipping in they were dipping and dodging, but they did it quick. Because if you look at it, they said it was 8 something. I guess it was at nighttime when they did it. Okay, it wasn't until 8 in the morning is when they did a head count. They said them boys had been gone 8 hours prior. So if you look at 8 in the morning now, is when they did the head count. If you go back 8 hours, see, that was about 12 o'clock in the morning. It was about, it hit about 12:30 in the morning. It's not a lot of traffic out there, but it was some out there. So when they ran across that interstate about 12:30 at night, and a couple of people called, I don't know if they ain't taking it serious or not. But what we do know, 8 hours passed, and they didn't really take it serious until they did them head counts. Clay G Beats. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's wrong right there. Yeah. Follow the lead. Follow all leads. Yes, Jim C. Yes. I'm telling you, they was running. Yeah, so that's how that happened. A bunch of alley rats running across there. Somebody called, family. Yes, they did. Now, let me go to the next one. We got an officer. Yes, we got an officer that had an inmate in the hospital. We're going to get to Diddy and Cassie in a minute. But they had an inmate that was in the hospital, family. I guess supposed to be getting some treatment. And the female officer that messed around now and did this. Went to sleep, family. She done messed around now. And he done wiggled through there, all up in her belt and stuff, and done grabbed her keys and got her keys and undid all his stuff and got up out of there. She still like this. Yes, he gone. He gone, family. All up and through. In New Orleans too. What is going on with them? Can anybody tell me what's going? We ain't going right now. They got to tighten up. Man. They done let 10 get out. This is a whole nother situation. One done left up at the hospital. If they get paid $2 an hour under minimum wage, reason why they ain't on top game. Some of them I know is on top game, but this right here don't look too good, family. I'm sorry. We got to do better. Yes, we got to do better. He done sat up there and he caught her sleep. Yes, he did. He caught her sleep, family. They said she was out like a light too. So don't know what she was doing the previous night, but he got up out of there. That's him. Yeah. He gone while she sleep. Now, her superior say something stank. The superior went on and fired her. First, she was on, that administrative leave stuff. Old black, I meant to show y'all that too. Her superior said, nah, she got to go. He fired her because he said that don't look right, don't seem right, or whatever. Now, I'm wondering, when I heard the superior talk, did the officer, it's just a question, did she have some type of liking for this boy, this man? Did she have some type of thing? Because I can't see this man fumbling around her waist and she don't wake up. An officer especially, it should have had some little sensitive touch, like when they feel somebody touching, they jump up. None of that. You was just knocked out. So did you just let him do that after he got through so-called touching and can? I'm just asking the question because it is strange. Hell, your superior the one fired you, not me. He said his thing. Okay. Now, he didn't say that he think no Hank Pank going on. I added that because I'm trying to figure out how do this inmate touch all around your belt and get your keys. That's where your keys normally be at. Or did you have them in your hand when you fell asleep and they dropped? I don't know. But anyway, she fired, family. It says an inmate who managed to escape from a Clayton County hospital Saturday got free because an officer fell asleep. The sheriff confirmed. Sheriff Levon said a correction officer fell asleep and James Bisley took her keys and got out of Southern Regional Hospital. Oh, that's in Georgia. My bad. He ain't in Louisiana. He in Georgia over there by Fulton County. My bad. Okay, strike that. He in Georgia. So all of them falling asleep. And all of them ain't doing their job because they said that the 10 that escaped from New Orleans, they said one officer went to go grab him something to eat. So what about the other officers? And then over here in Georgia, she done fell asleep. The sheriff's office said that Baisley then led deputies on a chase and was arrested after crashing a truck. Family, do y'all know Baisley done went out there and hijacked a lady? He done hijacked a lady. I told you, see, that's why I think that inmate was hiding up under that car in Louisiana when he escaped. I think he was hiding up under that car because he was waiting on the owner to come out and get ready to go somewhere. And he was going to take their car. Well, over here in Georgia, when the officer fell asleep in that hospital and he got away. He took a bus, family. He took a bus like 3 or 4 blocks down. After he took that bus, how he get money for a bus? Did he take her money too? See, that's why I said it smelled like skunk meat with that situation because he ain't supposed to have no money on him. And when he left out that hospital room, he did not tell the nurses, hey, y'all got about $5 so I can take the bus? Because they know he just came in there cuffed up. So did he get the money from her pocket while he was grabbing the keys out from around her pocket? Mm-hmm. I'm just asking a question. I just want to know. But anyway, he done hijacked this lady here. He done hijacked this lady, family. He done hijacked this lady. He hijacked her. So when he got off the bus, he then was roaming around and she was getting in her car and he took her keys and her car. And this is how she got, he went on a high-speed chase because she told the police, hey, it's a man just took my car. She gave him the description and everything. They said, yeah, he an inmate. He on the loose. So they started chasing him. When they started chasing him, this is how her car came back. Tore her car up. Tore her truck up. Just tore her car up. What? Mm-mm. Couldn't have been me, family. Couldn't have been me. I know her insurance will probably pay for the damages. Uh oh, this is the one who fell asleep, boss man. He looked like he wasn't playing. And it looked like he fired her as soon as he got. Y'all see him, family? Yeah. He looked like, I ain't hearing that goddamn, he took my key shit. Okay? You fired, sister. How dare you embarrass me while I'm running this department? That's basically what he said, family. Mm-hmm. That's basically what he said. Anyway, uh, that lady Carter and came back, messed up. Old Baisley done told that lady car up. He gonna get some more time for escaping. Yeah, he gonna get some more time. The lady is definitely terminated. They said at first they did say that she was on administrative leave too, but then he came back. He made a statement and said she has been terminated. Yeah, yeah, she ain't here no more. She ain't here no more. Yeah, she can use she give us that key back and she going on and do whatever she do and she keep falling asleep because obviously she can't stay up for her job, so she got to go. Yes, that backyard Barbie went to sleep on them. Yeah, that what she say. She went to sleep. I wish they had cameras show us what really happened because I'm feeling it's somebody likable around that joint. What? How come she had to take him to the hospital? Why didn't the dude take her to the hospital? Why didn't the male officer take him to the hospital? And what did he go to the hospital for? Because it obviously wasn't nothing wrong with him. Because he jumped up and ran and got on a bus and snatched somebody's car and hijacked somebody and all that right there. So it wasn't really a whole lot wrong with him. What was the excuse of why he had to go to the hospital? Yeah. Did she get permission to take him to the hospital? It's a lot. It's a lot of stank. But she ain't there no more, family. Now, uh, let's talk about Christopher Clark. Yes, let's talk about Christopher Clark. He is another. I don't know if y'all can hear all that. I don't know if y'all can hear all that, but knowing I'm doing a anyway, family. I don't know if y'all know about Christopher Clark. Okay. Um, But Christopher Clark is another mayor down there in Illinois. You know, we had Tiffany, the backyard hen, okay, the mud walling hen, how she was acting. Well, Christopher Clark is more off the chain than Tiffany. I touched on Christopher Clark before, okay? And somebody in the comment section about 2 videos back was saying, hey, Cafe, you need to talk about Christopher Clark. He's even worse than Tiffany over there in Harvey, Illinois. He is the mayor over there. He's worse than Tiffany. And I then said to that person, I said, well, you know, I jumped on Tiffany's story because I was seeing it in the news and they was talking about it a lot and all that. Well, it seemed like, right? And I told that person, I said, hey, if you see some news clip here about Christopher Clark, send it to me. Let me check it out. Let me see what's going on. Well, if y'all don't remember, when at the time I was talking about Christopher Clark, I wasn't hearing residents really saying anything. Now, let me show y'all this so y'all know I was on Christopher Clark back in November 2024. Y'all see that? And y'all will see the bottom date say November 25th, 2024. So I was on Chris Bumper back then. Okay? Uh but then I wasn't getting that feedback from the residents. Like we was getting feedback from the Dalton residents about Tiffany. Okay? And so I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna just keep concentrating on Tiffany because I was gonna ride both of them at the same time. But then I wasn't getting that feedback from the Harvey residents. So I just stayed on Tiffany because I was getting a lot of feedback from the residents. Well, we always getting good feedback from the residents of Dalton because they stayed in the news. They kept on clowning, kept on clowning. Well, I told this person who commented in my comment about 2 videos ago, I said, if you would send me some news article that recently talked about Christopher Clark, I think about getting on his bumper again. Okay. And so I got an email and it told me the 2 news stations that are talking about Christopher Clark here just recently. Then I saw Cooking with Frank. Salute to Cooking with Frank. I saw him in his last video. He mentioned Christopher Clark. And I said, well, it looked like, just like Cooking with Frank said, we might have to start paying Christopher Clark more attention. Because when I looked at my email, I don't know if it was that person or another person. They did send me an email with 2 their local news talking about Christopher Clark. And I'm going to let y'all hear that in a minute, okay? So it looked like Christopher Clark. It looks like Christopher Clark. Christopher, come out and play. Yes, Christopher, come out and play. It looks like that's what's about to happen. Christopher most likely will start getting his bumper rolled by Cafe. Yeah. Christopher, because see, Christopher Chief put his hands on a woman. Yes, I'm going to get to Diddy, y'all. I'm going to get to Diddy and Cassie. But let me talk about Chris Clark right quick. Because Chris Clark and his deputy, his old deputy, yes, he got a janky deputy. He done put his hands on a woman. And that lady has scars on her. And she's an alderman. Yeah, she's an alderman in that city round now. And they don't put their hands on that lady. And she showed the bruises and stuff that's on her arm. So, they out of control. Now, I ain't heard nobody say Lacey. You remember Tiffany's chief, acting chief? Because he really didn't ever have the title that he was really chief. Wasn't even supposed to be no chief. But anyway, this man here, chief, done put his hands on somebody. And Christopher Clark ordered that. He ordered that. Yes, he did. He ordered that. Oh, bootleg. Boy. Look like we're going to have to ride Christopher Bumper. Yeah. And it was something. They say he ran there taking people home, family. Yeah. And they said his administration is worse than Tiffany. Okay. Him and his administration ain't nothing but a bunch of walking quicksand, basically. Yeah, they all backyard hens and kins. His whole administration down there in Harvey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He taking money from the businesses and all that. But let y'all hear what they said about, because see, they were sending me news clips. And this is some of the news clip and I looked at it and it said like 4 days ago. I said, oh, well, yeah, they clowning now. They clowning now. I guess they didn't have too much of that spunk in November when I was riding Christopher Clark bumper. But now they are. And I think it's because the residents see how the Dalton residents and things like that started speaking up and talking up, and they got rid of that hen. Okay? So I guess that gave a lot of spunk to the surrounding area residents as well to start kicking up dust. Yes. And so let me let y'all hear what they said about this here man. Yeah, I never was feeling Christopher Clark. Okay? It ain't that I ain't want to talk about it. I just showed y'all proof. I had been talking about the man. Okay. But once I talked about him that one time, I didn't hear no residents cutting up or anything like that. And I said, well, let me just continue on Tiffany and get her up out the door. But Christopher needs to be up out the door too. Yeah. It's time to throw him in that quicksand, just like we threw Tiffany in that quicksand. Here you go, family. Listen to this.
It's a troubling pattern in our governance, a pattern of silencing voices, shielding decisions from public view. Officers were actually trying
now,
to
just him talk.
merchandise, and that's when she got combative and decided to hit one of the officers. Across our city, residents are facing fee increases on water bills, municipal gas tax, property taxes, housing inspections, and business license, to name a few. If he has an issue with any of these things, she's more than welcome to meet us in court if that's the case.
Meet you in court.
And take care of the business. And also, it gives us a bad look as far as the world is concerned to make them think that we don't have the ability to govern ourselves, which we do. My base and our residents sometimes pushes me beyond procedural boundaries. But my intent has always been to speak for those who feel voiceless.
Now, that was the alderman woman. And listen.
Say so. We cannot show emotion. We have to sit here and act as if we do not care about anything that anybody says. You can't have a voice. They don't want you to speak up with the injustice that's happening in the Black community. They're displacing us out of our communities. They're taking our homes. I don't like it. I'll be frank, I don't like it. What I would. You don't like what? What don't you like? I don't like the fact that there's so much disruption.
They said,
I don't think that it's a good look for an alder person to
this is him talking about the alderman woman they put hands on.
One of the stories here that she need to be taken care of because the simple fact is what she did. I don't think that she belongs in this position. The bottom line is she's an activist. She wants to be the man and fight against the man. She wants to be the government and fight against the government. Officer pushing officer on my way out of the council. Nobody should have to ingest physical behavior simply for an inquiry. And unfortunately, I digested that. But the bruise has gone away. The memory never will. And I'm simply pushing forward.
Well, she said she pushing forward. That was one of the alder woman that they put, his chief put hands on and left a bruise on her. Okay, she showed the bruise. It did look pretty bad. She said the bruise is going away now, but the thing is, the bruise going away, but Christopher Clark ain't. Christopher Clark needs to go. You heard the people say that they get thrown out of meetings. Their houses are being taken by this man. Businesses basically have to pay him to stay in business. If y'all look at that video I just showed y'all, go back and look at that video. I tell everything that man has been doing, and it ain't pretty. I give a deep history on that man right there, Christopher Clark. That was in November 2024. I gave a deep history. And it's not good. It's terrible. It's backyard kin behavior. He ain't nothing but an alley cat. That's all he is. Yeah. And it's giving thief. And his chief is right along with it. When a chief of police put hands on somebody like that, then you hear Christopher say, she want to be an activist. He have real problems with activists, it sounds like. So what? She's an alderman. An alderwoman works with the city legislature, okay? And they are very concerned about things that's happening inside of their city. But he says she thinks she's an activist, as if he have a problem with that. Why you got a problem with an activist, even if she was? Why you got a problem with activists? So he is off the chain, and we will soon be riding his bumper too. Yes, we will. Yeah. Matter of fact, we might start we might start riding his bumper sometime this week. Yeah. Because they say Harvey residents seek investigation into mayor's office after alderman woman got her hands put on her. Okay? So the residents are talking, and they were saying 4 days ago, 5 days ago, and this is the article that was sent to my email. Let me, Gail Portez, thank you so much for your generous donation. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. It really is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your generosity. Yeah, so this is what they sent. Because when I said I wanted to hear more and there's any news article, I guess they say, yeah, some news articles. Here you go. And y'all will see that one say 5 days ago. But they are seeking an investigation into him. Tensions are rising in Harvey over there. And he used to be Tiffany H. Boone Coon. Yeah, he used to be Tiffany's H. Boone Coon. Then for some reason they fell out. Then they both ran for township supervisor. Then he stepped in there to help Tiffany out to run against Napoleon. So when he put in his bid to be the Thornton Township supervisor, I guess it was a couple of weeks or a month later, he withdrew it and just let Tiffany and Napoleon battle it out. But he had put it in, and I think he put it in so him and Tiffany was going to try to double team where Napoleon don't win. But something happened to where Christopher Clark pulled out that race. Okay? And Tiffany just stayed in it with Napoleon. Yes. Yeah, so we'll be riding his bumper too pretty soon. Let me see what y'all have to say, and then I get right on into Diddy. Let me see. And if y'all don't mind, please hit the like button as well. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me see. Let me see. Bay Solo said, no, never in Dalton. Bay Solo said, ride those bumpers, Cafe. Yes. What else? Well, Christopher Clark, it's time to go. Yes, Kendall R. It is time for him to go. It really is. And you know, they putting hands on people and all that. Kimberly Carbon, salute. Gail Portez, thank you so much again. All of y'all, yes, he does. Bye, Clark. And Gail said he didn't learn nothing from Tiffany. Actually, him and Tiffany was H. Boone Coons. So actually, he was doing the same thing as Tiffany while Tiffany was doing it. It was just that the Harvey residents wasn't really that loud like the Dalton resident. But after Tiffany got voted out, you can hear the Harvey residents now start speaking up. You know, that's what it was given. That's what it's given. Yes. Let me see. Do I need to go back and address something? Yeah, Kendall R said, shut the front door. He did what? Yes, he did, Kendall R. Okay. So that was it on that. Now, far as Diddy is concerned, his trial, y'all know that, I don't know if y'all know, and those of you who didn't know, Diddy went to an all-boys Catholic school, first of all, okay? After he went to that all-boys Catholic school, he then attended the University of Howard University. Okay, at Howard University, he was throwing wild parties there. Okay, now we knew this in my age bracket because Diddy is right there with me. So in our generation, we knew this. Okay, and we all knew Diddy wasn't shit for a long time. Okay, just point blank period. I just had to say it. Okay, we've been knowing that for a very, very, very long time. But I guess this generation, our kids or whatever, I don't know, they probably just didn't know. Okay, or the generation after us probably didn't know. Okay, but we already had knew. It was a lot of things circling around Diddy that was just smelling like skunk meat. Everywhere he go, it was smelling like skunk meat. Okay, so he was throwing wild parties back at that Howard University. Okay, when he was at that Howard University, it was a guy that came out then and said that Diddy did something to him or got him messed up or drunk or something like that, and accused a lot of things was going on. Okay, so that was going around back then. Okay, we talking about the early 90s. Okay, so then we was wondering, we always heard a lot of speculation. He wasn't paying his artists. A lot of his artists was coming out back in the day saying they weren't getting paid, that their music was taken, no royalties, the contracts was jacked up. Some of them was left out on the streets with no money, black rob, and it's a lot of them that didn't do too well. Okay, and it was all circling around Diddy. So a lot of rumors was going around there. Even when Diddy was throwing parties when he was at Howard University. Okay? So a lot of people act like they forgets about all that. And a lot of people are not me and Diddy's age. Okay? So, but the ones who are our age, they know, they just ain't saying nothing. Okay? So a lot of this stuff was going on a long time ago. We knew Diddy wasn't worth a nickel before young Miami was born and when Cassie was a baby. Okay? When they was babies, we knew at that time there was some suspect things happening. Okay? But by them being young enough to be our children, I can say maybe they didn't know. Because young Miami, I looked at Cassie's age, her age is with my oldest son. But see, my thing is, when you talk to your kids, they should know about certain things. But that's a whole nother generation. So maybe they didn't know. But you ain't gonna tell me their parents didn't know. Now, I don't know about Cassie's parents because they probably wasn't dealing, I don't know, what type of ethnic group that they was in or whatever. They probably didn't know. Young Miami mama should have knew. As soon as young Miami would have been on that doggone TV talking about she like golden showers, it couldn't have been mine. It couldn't have been mine. Hey, I need to see you. I need to see you by 6:00 this evening. Well, I ain't gonna be able to make. I tell you, if you don't come over here by 6:00 this evening, I'm gonna come and find you. I don't give a damn if you in a club. I don't give a damn if you at a Diddy party. I don't care nothing about that. I need to see you, because what you ain't gonna do is sit up here and embarrass me talking about you like golden showers. Yes, I said embarrass me, not embarrass her. She ain't finna embarrass me because I got a career too. So you ain't finna be messing up mine everywhere I go. Ain't your daughter the one that said she like golden showers? Yeah. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Okay. And second of all, if my child would have told me that they saw Diddy or wanted to date him, I would have automatically said no. I know they grown, but I would have told them, I would have been the problem. I would have told them, nah, we're not going to be able to do that because it's a lot of things about that suspect that I think that you don't need to be involved in. All money is not good money because I'm his age. We've heard a lot of rumors. Are they true? We don't know, but it was too many. But what I do know is it was a lot of his artists coming out saying how they wasn't getting paid, how they was being ripped off, and all that stuff like that. That's enough for me because you're violating the labor law. Okay? Yeah, I don't give a damn about the contract. Even when you make up a skunk meat contract to where you get 80% of the money and the people get 20% of the money, it's still labor law. You still do it because you know you're wrong. Because you know you're wrong. So you still are labor law violations to me, my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I was born and raised in New York City, so I know. Okay? I just started being in the Gulf Coast because of my professional job that was having me travel further and further down. But I was born and raised in New York City, so you can't tell me nothing about what I heard, what I didn't hear, about the rumors was going on, all that. Okay? So we knew. We heard a lot. Whether it was true or not, the point is it was too many stories out there that you would say, I don't know. Because damn, 30 people can't be 30 different people can't be telling the same story, is it? If so, it's suspect. And you distance yourself from that. But anyway, it's no way. And I just feel like this generation, the younger generation, they own that cell phone all the time. They on social media all the time. They got their face pinned inside of that phone. And you tell me that Young Miami and them couldn't look up Diddy? They couldn't look up some of Diddy artists to show what type of person they say allegedly he is? Allegedly. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. And like I said, we heard a lot. We heard a lot. Diddy was throwing these parties when Young Miami was a baby, when Cassie was a baby. It just seemed like Diddy just didn't want to grow old. And I could say that a lot of people in our generation, Diddy era, my era, whatever, a lot of them look pretty good for their age. Because sometimes I go somewhere with my oldest son, and some people think we are a couple, and we are not. That's him right there. Some people think that was my husband. No, that's my son. We used to do this together until his job. He had to do some things that working overtime and doing a lot of things with his job till he had to break away. And then I just started doing. So a lot of us looks good for our age, but that don't mean that you go messing with our kids. You sit, Diddy sitting at the table with girls or a girlfriend that's the same age as his son and his girlfriend. What? There ain't nothing wrong with dating young. But damn. There ain't nowhere in hell I could sit at the Thanksgiving table, Christmas table with someone that's the same age with my sons, and we all sitting at the table, and them and my sons got more conversation because they in the same age bracket, and I'm just sitting there like this because I ain't got shit in common with them. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Spicy in the house. Shout out to Spicy. Shout out to Spicy. Done came in the house. Yes, yes. Jerry Lipcombs and that Jerry Lipcomb. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Clark officers were happy when they threw out the residents. They were seen through the glass doors. Really? Wow. Wow. Well, Clark getting ready to get his bumper rolled. Yes, he getting ready to get his bumper rolled. I got to pull back out the paperwork that I was having lined up for Clark in November when I was talking about him. And then I'm going to start riding his bumper. If it ain't this week, it'll be next week. I do half him, half Diddy. Half him, half Diddy. But Clark need his bumper rolled. Yes, he do. Yes, he do. Now, Diddy has, check this out. He has one, because we heard a lot in the courtroom this past week, but a lot of it had to do with a lot of DV situations that was going on between him and Cassie and things like that. But he has one count of racketeering and conspiracy, one count of S traffic, one count engage in P-tuition. Okay? Now, if you pay anyone for a hank pank, it's considered street walking, P-tuition. Okay? I don't care how y'all want to dress up the word escort. It's a lot of people want to dress that word up. I'm sorry. You an escort if you just go out with a person and don't, you don't have sex with them or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? It's okay like that. But if you pay them, they no longer are considered escorts. They are considered streetwalkers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Call it what you want to call it. Call it what you want to call it. Be right back. Okay, family. I did check it. I was still checking that internet router thing. But it looks okay, and I guess we're doing okay. I guess I said I guess they don't want me calling back no more today. But anyway, so it's considered P2. I don't care how they want to dress it up, how they want it to look. But anyway, this last week wasn't nothing but Diddy, Cassie's dysfunctional relationship, DV relationship, all that, But we're really waiting. I really want to hear more about the racketeering and the S traffic. Okay. I really do want to hear more about that. I really do. So, because that's what he's being charged with. The DV situation, that's a state. It's sad, but that's a state situation. Okay. And they said he was threatening somebody on a balcony and the things he was doing to Cassie is terrible. But I can't, I'm telling you, him and Cassie had such a dysfunctional, toxic relationship until they text messages. First of all, it was given to me that Diddy and Cassie was basically conservative sugar booger heads. Okay, walking conservative sugar booger heads. That's basically what it was given to me. Okay, now it was given to me that even they text message was sugar booger head activity. Okay, 1 minute it was confused. 1 minute I don't want you. Next minute hit me up. Next minute, do you like me? Do you want me? The next minute, let's just separate, yeah, separate from them. The next minute, they're back together. So, and he had a lot, I could see him having a lot of control over her because she's young, she's a youngster. To me, she's a youngster, okay? Like I said, I got a son that's her age, okay? So, yeah, he couldn't do an older woman like that, you know? And so he was going Young Miami, stuff like that. But it all looked confused to me of the DV side. They was giving walking conservative sugar booger heads. They text messages was giving sugar booger heads. Okay? I'm sorry. Now, I want people to understand this too, because when you talk about what the defense is trying to paint, a lot of people say, oh, well, you on Diddy's side, because you're trying to tell people what the defense is trying to paint. No. Then when you try to paint the picture of what the prosecutors try to do, oh, well, you on Cassie's side. Okay, first of all, because I was trained to do things, take your feelings out of it, and you focus on evidence, okay? And right now, the evidence is a lot of DV. Now, I did hear one part. I need to hear racketeering, because these are his charges. Like I told y'all, is racketeering is one count, okay? And conspiracy. One count of S traffic. One count engaged in P2, street walking, okay? Those are the three I really focus on. I understand about how he did her in the hotel, understand all that. My ears is focused on racketeering, S traffic, and conspiracy, and the P2. Okay? Because that's what that case is about. Okay? Now, we was in state court, and they got him for the DV and all that. Oh, yeah. Then I'd be focused more on that. But I'm focused on what the case say. Okay? Now, I do see it inside of when Cassie was in that hotel room. Or in that hotel, when she tried to run up out that hotel and he came in that towel running up behind her, I could see a little bit, because when she was trying to leave, he did what? Grabbed her, pulled her back in the room. That could be considered kidnapping. Okay? That could be considered kidnapping. And one of the officers or security guard that came upstairs said it was a man inside that room, which was an escort. So now you pulling somebody back into a room where escort is, who you most likely paid. Now I can see that the prosecutor is showing an angle of that. Okay? Will it work? Don't know. You know, don't know will it work or not. But I could see them bringing Cassie up there because Cassie, in that point right there, you could see it. Is that he grabs her, well, she try to put on some shoes, and then he grabs her, oh no, come back here. That could be considered taking somebody against their will. You're not letting them leave on their own. And then they clearly said that the security guard said she can go if she wants to, as long as I'm here. I'll stay here if she wants to go. And she said, I want to go. And then she left. But they said that escort was still in that room. Mm-hmm. So that could be tied in. Okay. And people have to realize an escort, if you give them money for bad activities, that is considered streetwalking, P2. And then if him and Cassie both are calling some from another state, telling them to come into this state, we're going to pay you, that could be considered traffic. Because that's illegal. It don't matter how many people say, oh, so you can't fly nobody out and have Eshua's relationship with them? Yeah. You ain't supposed to pay them, though. If that person say you paid them, that's illegal. So, let me see what y'all saying. Here. So all I seen was really a dysfunctional relationship beside that point there. And when Cassie was talking about, oh, we got Joel, or whatever that escort name is, he came over and then, you know, I had to do this and he TT'd, you know, and what? And we paid him. That's considered illegal. And the feds could use that as S-traffic. Because where did Jewel come from? Did wherever her and Diddy was Jewel from that city? Or did he come from somewhere else and come over? Then she said Philip. Philip was he testified himself and said how Cassie jumped in his lap when Diddy was cutting up and Diddy walked out and then she ran over there to the Philip guy and all that. He got paid. Then you heard them talk about the Punisher. The who? What he punished in the bedroom? What? He sound worse than Diddy. Oh, well, we got an escort. I don't know his real name, Cassie said. I don't know his real name. All I know is we call him the Punisher. What? And you sat there waiting on the Punisher? That's his nickname? Why? That's one who definitely wouldn't have got picked. The Punisher? Anyway, Cassie sat right up there and said that it's one, she don't know his name, but his nickname, they call him the Punisher. He come too, and they paid him. So when you look at his charges, racketeering, conspiracy, P2, okay, them escorts and can on, okay, and S-traffic. You have to look at when they say that. When Cassie is saying, we paid them. We bought them from here, from there, and I would look over things, and me and him would look over things, and I call this one up, and they'll come over, and then we'll do what we do, and then we pay them. You know? But the defense is doing real good with making Cassie look like a fence straddler. Okay? I'm just telling y'all what the defense is doing. Because it's sometimes not with them and then back with them. And by her being so young, I could see her doing that. But at the same time, it was some points where they had separated for a little while. And then you will see a message from Cassie saying, hey, hit me up. Well, if you get away from somebody for a pretty long time and you know that it's terrible, you don't pick up the phone and say, hit me up. But then again, sometimes people who are going through that will keep coming back, going back. Okay? So it's a lot within that. But I'm telling you, they said about the jewel and all these escorts. Now, they said this case still has 7 weeks to go. They estimated, the judge estimated 8 weeks that this trial will go on. We done passed last week. This is going into the second week. So we got 7 more weeks left. And from my understanding, talking to some people in New York City and family, they did say that they say it's some powerful witnesses coming up. Is that true? I don't know, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But they say it's some powerful witnesses coming up that's going to probably have stories that would fit into the S traffic and, racketeering, conspiracy, things like that. But we'll see. We'll see. But Diddy has a good defense team that's going to try to battle them people, And I'm like this. It's the law that escort is illegal if you pay them for bad activities. Okay? So I'm saying, why ain't some of those escorts been fined as well? Because they know they're not supposed to be taking money. A mess. That's what it is. A big circus. Going on. And another thing. What did I want to say? Diddy, I want to show y'all about this dude too. But in my opinion, Diddy has always been a demonic soul. He's in our generation. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something always didn't sit right when you hear artists pleading for money or pleading for royalties or pleading that they didn't get paid for doing certain things. And, that in itself was alarming to me. And that was without all this stuff that we had wild parties that was going on, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? But it's always been a demonic soul to me. That's with him. That's my opinion. Okay? Because it was just too much stank. For everywhere he go, it smelled like skunk meat. Because it was always somebody coming out with something, and you just have to, some people was like, is he like that? Is it true? And I've always been like this. If enough people say it, it's some fire somewhere. I just don't know. I just don't know. So I do think that the prosecutors did a good job with showing Cassie can be a flip-flopper. That's all they need. That's all they need. And we all know that, well, she was going back because of what she was going through, and she was brainwashed, and she was dead. I'm with you. What I'm saying is the defense has a job to do just to show she kept coming back, leaving, coming back, leaving. Rather, because she was brainwashed or not, the point they trying to show is she was doing it. And it was a lot of things. She was picking up the telephone and calling some of these escorts. She was picking up the telephone and calling Diddy, even way after he would leave her alone. You would hear her say, I know that you feel like I'm not the one for you. Why is she saying that? Because he said it. Hey, you ain't the one for me. I'm going to have to leave you alone. That could be a gaslighting trick. But the thing is, she was caught on message trying to get back, get back into his graces. And then they also showed that she messed with this person, that person, this person, that person, that person, while talking to Diddy, trying to show that she a little loose. So when you talk about escorts, she a little loose. So that's kind of what they was trying to paint a picture. So you just have to look at it in that perspective. But I think the prosecutor did a good job as well with kind of showing that escorts were being paid. Rather Cassie was paying them or Diddy was paying. Or she was getting the money from Diddy and she would pay him, or she was looking them up and they was looking at pictures together. Yeah, I like that one. Nah, I don't like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Where regardless, they was picking them out. They was calling them. They was bringing them to where they was, and they was getting broke off. The prosecutors brought up witnesses, which is Cassie, to say that was the case. That is illegal. And that could be considered traffic if you got this one coming, that one coming, this one coming, 2 of those are coming, 4 of those are coming, just 1 of those are coming. It's different ones coming from the same thing. And all of them are getting paid and broke off. And then all of them go back to wherever they came from. If it's across the state or in state, or across the country or in the country. The point is, it is illegal. And a lot of people don't want to face that fact because a lot of people has done that. So they're going to keep making it seem like it ain't nothing wrong with doing that. Yes, you might say that. The law in the United States say it is. And I showed y'all what the law say. The only state that is allowed in is Nevada. Why didn't a freak like that need to be in Nevada? I mean, I'm just saying, don't agree with what he was doing and how he was doing, but I'm just saying that was the only place that allows escorts to be paid for bedroom activity. So let me see what y'all saying. Spicy said, were they being forced to come? That we don't know. You see what I'm saying? Cassie, I can only go by the 3 people that Cassie Cassie talked about. And from the Jewel and then the Philip, he testified himself. He didn't say like he was forced to come. He got broke off though. So whether he was forced or not, if you got broke off some bread for doing the hank pank, you just committed a crime. That's illegal. Yeah, that's illegal. That's illegal. Yeah. Now, what I would like to know is why did the escorts take the money? Why did y'all take the money? Because that's illegal. They're not supposed to take the money, and the person is not supposed to give them the money. If so, it's illegal. Point blank, period. You cannot change the law. I understand people want to change the law. The law do not say that if a person is forced, then it's illegal. No, they just say if you just flat out meet up with somebody, it don't matter. If you just meet up with somebody, it ain't got to be no force involved. You an escort. You go meet up with somebody, and them people pay you for hank pank, and you do hank pank, it's illegal. You go to jail for that. And You're stepping on Fed's turf. You're stepping on Fed's turf because that's when you go into Feds. Because if you're doing it not with just one person, two person, three person, 8 people, 20 people, 30 people, and all these people come out and say it, now you're tiptoeing on Fed's turf where they can try to get you for traffic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. New Orleans lady. What's going on? What's going on? Tanja Robinson. Hello to you all. Hello to you all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Model stats on L. Salute. Spicy. Salute. All y'all. All y'all. Hearts up for all y'all. Yeah, so that's all I'm just saying on that. It's a whole janky situation with 2 conservative people, Cassie and Diddy, who was walking conservative sugar booger heads to me. Yeah. And the let me tell y'all that when Diddy got arrested, and then I'm gonna get to that dude in a minute. But when Diddy got arrested, this is what the lady said. One of the investigators who arrested Diddy, this is what she said that they found in Diddy's hotel room. Okay, it was a Homeland Security investigator who got on the stand at the end Friday. After her testimony, that's it. Now we don't know who's gonna come up next after this. But a Homeland Security investigator got on the stand. She works for the traffic division. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And Bender, that's her name, confirmed that she handled the logistics of Diddy's arrest on September the 16th, 2024. She says she searched his room at Park Hyatt, where Cohn was staying. Remember, they arrested him down that lobby. This is what she said they found in his room. A bottle of medicine with the name Frank Black. You know, we already talked about what Frank Black means. Frank Black is what he used when he do go to hotels and things like that, okay? But a bottle of medication had the name Frank Black on it. Not Diddy, not Sean Combs, none of that. Frank Black, okay? And it was in a Louis Vuitton bag that was by the nightstand in the bedroom. The agent then testified that the label on the bottle had the clone medicine. That's in the bracket of S pills. As that happy they be taking that stuff and X pills, I'm gonna say it like that. Then she said it was 2 little bags with pink powder were found inside another bottle of medication by the nightstand in the bedroom. That pink powder, y'all already know that's that Tootsie. Okay. And that bag was tested, and that had some of that medication in it. That's not good, basically. It's not supposed to be just used just for the fun of it, okay? And then another tested positive for the MDMA, okay, according to the investigator, okay? A lot of that is in the same bracket with them hard street stuff, okay? Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all already heard her say we found the pink powder, which is Tootsie, which is somewhat of cocaine and things like that. Well, it was medication bottles that people do get prescribed certain medicines for, like a bad toothache or something going on, but it's like he getting it just to be getting it, and the name on them are Frank Black, okay? So then again, Where he getting the medication from? Because they say they in medication bottles, okay? But anyway, then she said that pink powder and stuff like that was found in that medicine bottle. $9,000 was found in a fanny pack. So he had $9,000 in a fanny pack. Okay, Diddy, $9,000. That really like $100 to for real to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I could see him carrying around $9,000. Yeah, you know, that's just chump cash because the reason why I see, because I don't feel like the $9,000 means that he's distributing or anything like that. I think the $9,000 is to pay the people, or not in this case. Even in another case, it looks like did he keep about $9,000-10,000 on him? I could see that because he buy expensive things. So if he walking in Manhattan or something like that, and he see like a suit he want, oh, I like that suit. That suit about $4,000 itself. So I could see him, and everybody don't have to use credit card. Maybe he don't want nobody to know he was in that store and swipe his credit card, and then it's gonna have Sean Diddy Combs. You see what I'm saying? So he just used cash. So I could see that, $9,000 or $10,000 he carrying around with him. I don't think that if they said $100,000, then I'd be like, what do you need with all that money in cash for? You see? So anyway, I'm giving y'all a perspective on defense and prosecute. Okay. Then that's basically that's basically it. So she was the one who searched his room, and that's what she found, and she testified against that. But I didn't see. She also said a woman was in Diddy's room. Now, so that's what I'm saying. Was that an escort woman in Diddy's room, or was that just a chick that he's now seeing? She never said that. And I don't think the defense got a chance to question the investigator about that, because I really want to know. Because she said a woman was, when Diddy got arrested in that lobby, she said a woman was upstairs in his room. Was that a chick that he was just dating, or was it an escort chick? She didn't say that. She just came off the stand. The prosecutors was questioning her. The defense didn't question her that I seen yet. So we'll see what they say tomorrow if the defense is going to question the investigator that searched his room. And if they decide not to question the investigator, I would say why. Why y'all don't want to ask who that person was in the room? But I guess if it was a girlfriend, the defense will come in and say, do you know who the chick was that was in the room? Because they want to show that was just a regular person. If the defense don't come and say anything and question that lady about who the lady was up in the room, that means it most likely was an escort. That's my opinion. Okay. So yeah, the woman, she said she testified that it appears a woman was staying with Combs in his Manhattan hotel when he got arrested. And Bender confirms that details when asked by defense. Oh yeah, so she did. The defense did ask her that. They said Attorney Tenney, one of Diddy's attorneys, asked her about the girl in the room, and she said yes, it was a girl in the room. It was a woman in the room with Diddy, but time ran out, so I guess he didn't have time to ask, do you know who she was or whatever. If so, I'm gonna look for it tomorrow and see. But that's where it left off at, family. And y'all know that at that trial, I told y'all somebody was out there throwing eggs at people, and they locked the courtroom down for a little, well, the courthouse down for a little while until they caught that person. I don't know if they caught that person or not who threw eggs, but I was looking at The Real Rap Show. Y'all can check him out as well. He is a good supporter of Cafe of Knowledge. He used to come in and out every once in a while. He's out there because he was already up north. So he was out there with the Diddy trial, and he was on the outside and doing a lot of things. Now, it's one man that was cutting up out there. And I said, I wonder if that's the man who was throwing eggs. I don't know if he was throwing eggs or not. I don't know if it's two different men. But this man here was just cutting up, family. He was just cutting up. He was out there, and and the police was out, because he was so acting off, till the police had to surround him. He ran into this park playground, and he was swinging his keys, talking about, y'all come by me, I'm gonna knock y'all A's out. I'm gonna knock y'all ass out. You better not. And there was a female cop walking up to him, and he said, girl, if you come any closer, I'm gonna knock your ass out. I'm gonna knock you out now. He was just acting erratic, and it's given that he most likely had some type of mental things going on, but he was clowning right outside the Diddy trial, and it's like a playground park somewhere near that he ran to, and he was just cutting up. He was calling them all kind of names. Those police really handled him very well. He said he is a Diddy supporter and that Diddy is innocent to him, and he was just cutting up and swinging his keys at the police and all that stuff. He was acting a fool, family. Let me show y'all a picture of him. He was really acting a fool. And another thing, this was him. He was acting a fool. He was acting a stone cold fool. He was acting a fool. So you see the police, it was about 12 police arrested him, and they played on him. They played on his top. They played on his top while he was doing all that swinging, and he was doing all that swinging and talking about, if y'all come near me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, family, when he was swinging and swinging and swinging, two more came behind him, two more came in front of him. He was talking to the ones back here, but then he saw two more coming. His crazy butt turned around to say something to them, and the other two nabbed him. But I tell you, they apprehended him in a good way. They didn't use no hard force or anything like that against him. I'm so glad they said they were going to take him to Bellevue. That's, when they feel like something is wrong upstairs, they taking him to that hospital, But he had been cutting up all week. Family. He really had. He cutting up all week, and he's swinging you know how you have a keychain. He's swinging it. Y'all come over here, I'm gonna bust you. You come over here, I'm gonna do this. And then he messing with everybody who doing interviews. He'll come and jump in their camera, and he'll start messing with them. And then somebody over here doing something, and they could be saying something about Diddy, and he'll jump over in their camera. Oh, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Diddy ain't it? Diddy, yeah, he need to be free. So he's just making a confusion. And when the police did finally come, he gonna run across the street somewhere by the kiddie park. And he's swinging his keys. Y'all can't tell me I can't play in this kiddie park. This a kiddie park. I could be over here. Why y'all following me? And why y'all doing this? And then he got to the point where he was saying, I'll bust y'all in the head. I'll bust y'all. He's swinging them keys. He was off. But see, in New York City, we used to that type of, we used to seeing that. We just walk past people when they go to doing that. But I guess if you at a Diddy trial and I'm trying to film and have an interview, hey, he come over here busting up my interview and he busting up other people's interview. I could see people calling the police on him and stuff because they just tired of him. You know what I'm saying? And so they took him to Bellevue because they think he kind of needs some help upstairs. And he said himself on the camera, they always try to take me to Bellevue. They took me to Bellevue. I was out in 2 days anyway. They took me to Bellevue. I was out in a day. Every time they take me to Bellevue, I get out. So most likely they're going to try to hold me in jail for like 10 days. Then they're going to have to let me out. I've already been to Bellevue. So I don't know what's going on with that man, family. But that was him. And another thing I wanted to tell people because about Diddy, when I said it was always something weird, you always heard stories. And remember when Wendy Williams said that Wendy used to work for the radio station. She was up there and she got off of work at the radio station and she seen everybody at her window, and that was on her office floor. She looks out the window. She says she see a bunch of people, but she don't know what's going on. She was then starting to date Kevin, her husband, now ex-husband. Her and Kevin was dating at this time. Her and Kevin goes downstairs, and she said on the radio she was talking mess about Diddy, about these rumors. I heard, I saw, yeah, he this, he that. She was talking about Diddy on her show. And a lot of things she was saying back then when she was a radio host, not Wendy Williams' show, radio host. Okay? Because once again, Wendy is in me and Diddy's age bracket. So we remember this. Maybe another generation don't. But she was a radio host in New York City. And when she said them things about Diddy, which now is turning up, people are saying now in court. But she said it back then, and Diddy didn't like it. And he had his group. This is what Wendy said, allegedly. Wendy said Diddy had his group called Total. It was a girl group back then. A lot of people don't even know who Total Girl Group is. He had them go up to that radio station and wait on Wendy to come down there so they could jump. And when Wendy Williams said she got down there, her and Kevin, the girls jumped out, getting ready. She said they was getting ready to whoop my ass. But Kevin was there and saved them. So it's stories like that we used to hear all the time. That it was just skunk meat everywhere did he go. But yeah, Wendy Williams did say that. Now, family, they did say, and I opened up the lines for a few minutes, but they did say also Lil Rod worked for Diddy. He said Diddy didn't pay him all his money. He has that lawsuit up against Diddy, and he is supposed to testify against Diddy. Don't know if he is or not. He has been in that courtroom or been seen around the courtroom, okay? But now, Lil Rod, he have in his lawsuit about how he said he was using credit cards for Diddy to transport escorts. This is what's in his lawsuit. Okay? Lil Rod. So he was saying something about the credit cards, transferring money and for activities, and they was traveling, they was doing this, they was doing that. So Lil Rod in his lawsuit, he is the one that's claiming about these traffic. Okay? Because he said in his lawsuit about he was helping with the credit cards and things like that. Him and Diddy he said he spent a lot of time in Diddy's house. They were supposed to have been doing some music, working on that Love album or something like that Love album that Diddy came out with. It's supposed to have been Lil Rod that was helping him with that. And this is what was going on. And Diddy didn't ever pay him all of his money. He started talking about them credit cards and the transactions and transferring money and this and that. So it's in his lawsuit. Is he going to get on the stand and say that? We don't know. But I think what Lil Rod has to say might be a little bit more powerful than what Cassie had to say. Cassie's testimony was heartbreaking, okay? But the thing is, we still need to hear a little bit more of the racketeering, the S traffic, And like I said, we did hear and see about the hotel part, and it was an escort in that room too. when Diddy grabbed her and took her back up in there. You know? But the security guard let her go. So I don't know, family. Y'all can call in if you like. Um, but that's all. And I will review, like I said, I'm gonna start getting some stuff together about Christopher Clark, because I already had some stuff ready for Christopher Clark. And then riding his bumper. And then we would still do follow up on the Diddy trial. And I would just be showing y'all a lot of key points that they were saying inside the trial. So I still will be doing that every night as well. Let's do this. Y'all can call if y'all like. Oh yeah, and let me have y'all noticed this. I want to say this too, and I want to give a special shout out to the ones who donated in the previous videos and other videos. I'm glad I looked at Gail Portez, the Ancient Lady, Jerry Lipcomb, and these are people who donated in the last two videos. Darlene Chestnut, Granny G, Jerry Lipcomb again, and Kimberly Carbons. Thank y'all so much. And when I do a live, I really don't have to, like the next one, I won't have to give shout outs because everybody heard me shout them out live on the live. But you know, when I do one, I start trying to, write them down. Because when we live, y'all can hear me shout you out. But when I do a premiere, people can't see the people who did a generous donation. So then that's when I say it. Let me show y'all. Let me say this right here before I open up the line. Somebody else. Jim C, thank you so much. Thank you so much for... Thank you, Cafe. Thank you as well. Thank you as well. Thank you as well. Thank y'all all for your generous donation. Thank y'all so much. But this is one more thing I wanted to say before I open up the lines, and I let people talk for about 3 minutes and then go to the next one, because I have something to do, got another scheduled appointment to do. But have y'all noticed that? Check out how silent Diddy so-called friends was. Everybody, he inviting all these people to these parties, and they jamming and they doing all this, and people who was this homeboy, everybody. Think about the people that we know that was around Diddy, how quiet they are. Silence speak louder than words. Mm-hmm. Have y'all noticed that? Ain't too many of them saying, he ain't like that. He had a lot of artists on his labels now, right? Mary J. Blige, Usher. Yeah. Justin Bieber and all. Now, they did say that Justin Bieber put out a tweet or whatever, said, I ain't one of his victims. Okay, well, that's what he said. You just have to go by what he said. But what he didn't say is, oh, no, I've been around him and there's no way in the hell he did this. Oh, no, not him. Just a good personality. When I was around him, he didn't do nothing to me. See, silence speaks a lot of words. And like I said, it was a lot of stank around Diddy. That was when we was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Like I said, this is before Young Miami and they were born. Before that generation was born. Okay? We had already knew it. That we were smelling and seeing stank. Didn't have a whole lot of evidence. It was just rumored all through New York City. Okay? That just something ain't right. Smell a lot of stank. Smell a lot of stank around Diddy. It was just watch yourself. Watch yourself. Because like I said, me and Diddy the same age, and New York is my stomping ground. And even when I went to New York, go back home to visit or whatever, back in our 20s and 25, 30 years old, and they say, oh, they're going to have a such and such party, and I think it's a Diddy party. I don't know. I think about it. Oh, baby, I'm thinking, oh, no, I won't be going nowhere around that. It's because you grew up with rumors of that, okay? We was hearing that at 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, all the way till we in our 50s. And it's still going on, but now in a courtroom. Have you noticed all of those people he put on gave, they all dancing in their shiny outfits and all that? Ain't nobody else. He done invited all these people to all these yacht parties, all these house parties, and they in white party, purple party, green party, pink party. You know what I'm talking about. The lady on there said it was a pink party. You know what I'm talking about. Tootsie. All these colored parties. Everybody, oh, it's so great to be invited to a Diddy party. Oh, you have to be special to be invited to a Diddy party. Why ain't nobody saying nothing on Diddy's behalf? I'll wait. Where they at? Where them friends at? Where them friends at? Where them friends at? Where them friends at? I'll wait. So see, that speaks louder than words. So like I said, and the crazy part is, it's the fans who don't know Diddy, who is stomping for Diddy. A lot of them are out here saying, oh, I just don't, I don't think, you got people going back and forth. I feel he did. I feel he did. I feel he did. I feel he guilty. I don't feel he guilty. I don't think he guilty. But while the fans are out here talking, people who do not know Diddy is sitting up there falling out about if he is or if he ain't. If he is or if he ain't. But guess who ain't falling out about it? Where them friends at? Where them friends at? Where them friends at? Those are the ones who know him. It's tripping me out how I look at different people. He is or he ain't. He is or he ain't. Y'all notice when I'm reporting on his case, I don't say he's guilty or he's not guilty. No, I just tell y'all what the prosecutor's trying to do, what the defense is trying to do, what it looked like. They're trying to pin on it. And it's too early to say if I think what a judgment's going to be, because it's only one weekend. But what I can say is the friends and the people like that has not came to bat for him. Who coming to bat? Ain't nobody came to bat. Diddy been sitting up there ever since September 2024. Ain't none of them coming to bat for him. I ain't seen it. Everybody he done signed, all that stuff there. Everybody he done put in videos, movies, all these black parties, white party, yellow party, green party, purple party, pink party. And they say there was a lot of people at them parties. Ain't said a word. Why is that? Anyway, we'll open up the line. See, that speaks louder than words. When people that you have invited places, people that you done made their careers and things like that, and nobody's coming to bat, silence speaks a lot of words. That's all I can say. Wow. Mm-hmm. See, I look at stuff like that. Y'all can call in. I and our telephone number is 678-439-4517. If you would like to call in and talk about any topic that we talked about, yes, you can call in about any topic that we talked about. Yes. But let me see what the chat say. Let me see what the chat say. Uh Marie Rose, what's going on? Ivan Curry, hello. He said I hear crickets. Yeah, I heard them too. Yes. Now Marie said this week we are going to see what Diddy powerful attorneys can do because they had to go light with Cassie. Now it's time to earn their money. Yeah, I could say I could say that too. But they was light on her for is because they can make you feel they can yeah. He got a powerhouse, but I think they did point out some things that made people kind of sway. I don't know if it made the jury sway now, but I'm just saying that made the public sway. You had some people saying she's a flip flopper because I did say that. It was certain things that but I do understand that I take under consideration that she's young. And Diddy was so much older than her, 17 years older than her, right? So you got to look at it. When we were 17, she was just being born. And I don't even think Young Miami was born yet, okay? So when we was 17, Cassie and them was just born. Then 18, 19, that's when Diddy was in college. 19, 20, 21, 22. You see what I'm saying? So they did prove a little bit of 1 minute y'all toxic away from each other and y'all are just street candying it up to really everybody ain't really in their right mind for real. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of the DV thing going on. You see? And yeah, I noticed that the defense stayed with showing different people Cassie has been with. You know what I'm saying? Tried to make her look kind of somewhat a little bit discreditable on that part. Okay, because you was talking to him, but messing with 2, 3, 4, 5 other dudes at some times. You was laying with him while your future husband was calling you on the phone and you was ignoring him and things like that. So, yeah, you're right. The defense team is going to have to come hard from here on out. I think they will. The prosecutors going to have to come hard too because I really didn't hear too much of racketeering, conspiracy. We don't know what Lil Rod going to say before is the S trafficking. I could see that with Cassie saying she paid this, she paid that or something like. I could see them trying to tie that in. But both of them going to have to come hard for real. Defense and prosecutor. They're going to have to come much harder than what they did last week. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Marie. Yeah, I think both sides going to have to come a little bit harder. Yeah. Ivan Curry said, I have no sympathy for Diddy. We don't either. For real. I really don't. I mean, we really don't. But we just report on things evenly, and it's just like I said, I don't have to go back to that. People can rewind and go back. But I already had said we knew way back it was some stank surrounding Diddy because we are Diddy age. I am. Okay. And I was born and raised in New York City. So I know. It ain't like I'm in another state just talking about some stuff that she's speculating. No. I was there. I was in New York City. It was stank all over the place. You never really could prove it, but the rumors was heavy. It was heavy. Yeah. So heavy to where I never went to any concert, any party, anything that I heard in New York City. And I have to remind y'all, I had, before I got out of that investigative field, but I was very where I could have been able to get tickets, even at 21, 22, because I was already a career working woman at that time. Okay. I could have, but because I knew of the rumors and things that was going on for a long time, I wouldn't have dared went to a concert, a party, I don't care if he had a concert and one of my favorite artists was going to be there. They are doing it together. Well, I just won't see my favorite one because I'm not going to that. It's too many rumors that I hear girls be falling out, girls be blacking out, and I'm not no ugly woman. And you can look, I'm in my 50s and I look like this. Imagine when I was about 20, 21, 22. Oh, they was bound to knock me out. Oh, no. Oh, no. That wasn't going to happen. So anything that I heard stank, I didn't go. Mm-mm. So, no, we don't feel sympathy for them. I'm just going off defense and prosecute. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And no, I don't feel no sympathy. But when I report, I don't say, I sure hope he go up under the jail. I sure hope he get kicked up under. No, I want to report for both sides because you got both sides listening to me. People who support him, people who don't support him. I just stay on the evidence at hand of what the defense is pointing out, what the prosecutors pointing out, and then I just tell everybody, hey, it looks like this on the defense side. It looked like this on the prosecutor side, but we'll see. I try to keep my personal things out of it because of my job I did for over 30-some years. I had to do it with integrity and take my feelings out of it and do what black and white say. Do what the evidence say. So y'all can call in if you like, 678-439-4517. Yes. Ivan Curry said, I feel you. Yes. Yes. What else y'all saying? I did cover the text messages and stuff like that they was having. I've been doing it all week with a jacked up internet until I had to say something about it. It's doing okay now. It's really not doing the way I really want it to do, but they did straighten it out somewhat of a little bit, but it's still not at perfection like I want it. So, we'll get that straight too. We already know about that. But anyway, family, and I got to redo my raggedy thumbnail too. You're right, Cafe. I'm 59 years old. John Benjamin, he said, you're right, Cafe. I'm 39 years old. And when I would hear about Diddy years ago, he used to do live. Wait, hold on. Okay, he used to do lives. Okay, yeah. In Alpine, New Jersey. Yeah. Oh, he used to live in there. Alpine, New Jersey. Okay, I got you. My heart thing was blocking some of your statement, and then when somebody else replied, I got to see it. I should have went up there and looked at it. Yeah. You right. You right, John Benjamin. It was. And like you said, you 59 and you used to hear about Diddy years ago. Exactly. And like I said, he from Alpines, New York. And he heard it too. And I was from Flushing, Queens. And that was before Flushing turned into Chinatown. I don't know what's going. I go to Flushing now. I go home. I go home every year. I went to Flushing. You can't even read. It's Chinatown. Point blank, period. And I was also, my family also lived in Jamaica, Queens, New York, by the bus terminal. So, you know, them rumors was out there hard. They was out there hard. Yes, they was out there hard. So yeah, I'm glad that he verified that. I'm glad that John verified that as well. That he heard it. He heard it back in the day as well. Mildred Lightfoot, what's going on? Good evening. Good evening. I'm so glad to see you in the chat. Yes. Yes. I'm with you, Tandra. Says she have never been a fan. Me, never have. I ain't never been to one of their concerts. And not even the artists that he promotes on his label and things like that. No, because you already know that he's supposed to be there. Yeah, no, never have. Never have, never have. Yep. I'm glad to see you too, Mildred. So glad to see you too. So that's what. Thank you, Bay Solo, for putting the number in. Oh no, it's not. It's not. Bay Solo. It's not 8. It's not 8. It's 678 is the area code. It's Atlanta base. 439 is 678 is the area code. I know she probably got you know how you miss hit the numbers because those numbers are so close together. It's 678 439 4517. And Saint Sinner, Justin Bieber had the nerve to tell us, honey. He done tweeted it out. You could look up his name, Justin Bieber tweet or whatever. He said he's not a victim of Diddy's. So y'all could just stop that. That's what he said. And so he said he's not a victim. I think he said it like in some short words. I am not a victim. So, you just have to respect what he say. So he ain't got to worry. I never say he was. Never have really. I just said I would love to hear what Justin would have to say. Have he witnessed anything or something like that? I have said that. But he made it a point this here week to let people know. Stop spreading that he not. That's so you have to I know how we feel about it, like okay, if you say so, and then we turn our head. But that's what you have to do, because if that man grown, been so away from Diddy, if he say no matter how I feel about it, yeah. I don't know. You know what, Tanja Robinson, Al B. Sure did say he got a subpoena from, to attend that trial. He said he got a subpoena. Now, rather he's going to be a witness or not, I don't know. But he did say he got subpoenaed. He did say that. And they asked him, said, would you go? He said, sure. Remember when he did that interview? He did an interview last week too. Uh-huh. And that's when it's the first time he admitted on that interview. They asked him, do he think that Diddy or Entourage had anything to do with him falling sick? He said, absolutely. That was the first time, and he said it. That's the first time I've ever said admitted on air. So, but that Lil Rod, that's going to be something else because he was living with Diddy for a while. Because he said he had to live with Diddy so they can complete the album, the Love album. So he was with Diddy for some weeks. And the stuff that he's saying, that's in his lawsuit, I'm going to see if he say it on that stand. And if he don't say it or they don't question him about it, I'm going to feel like that stink. So I'm going to need to hear some things, really. We got 7 weeks, but they say it's some powerful people coming up. I don't know. And you know, one more thing before I go, because I see that nobody's going to call in, so I guess don't nobody really want to talk tonight. But that's fine because I'm going to try to do this every Sunday because we do a recap on the case. On Diddy's case, a recap from that week. So we doing the recap of the last week of the trial. Next Sunday, we'll do a recap of this week that's coming up on the trial. So, but my thing is, family, is the judge told the prosecutors, he said, I need to have all the list of y'all witnesses before 5 p.m. Sunday, which is today. Is it 5 yet, family? Because they working on a hard time. Let me see. Cafe. Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I had your number kind of screwed up when I first initially dialed it. Kept saying something was wrong with my phone, so I heard you repeat the number, the area code.
Right.
So I got it right.
Okay.
I'm Ivan Curry. I'm 63, so I'm feeling like old. I'm feeling really old.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
1962. Man, I'm old. But listen, Justin Bieber is awfully scared of that man.
Yeah.
He's awfully scared of him. Diddy put the fear of God in Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing right now with him is paying him off to keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has a baby. I know you guys know about that. He has
right.
a newborn baby, and his wife is trying to leave him. She's really, kind of fed up with him. But I want to ask you this: being a woman, for me being a man, I don't think I could ever kiss Cassie in the mouth if she was my wife ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to stress that out. It's just disgusting. I just couldn't get over that being married to her.
Mm-hmm.
What she went through.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, you have the floor.
Well, I do understand about Justin. It's a lot of them that are probably very scared. You see? I don't know because I do know that I saw on the news that it was a lot of people that when the prosecutors were saying that they might call more people to the stand, that there was a lot of celebrities, they wouldn't name them, but they said it was a lot of celebrities started contacting their lawyers saying, hey, do you think that I'm going to have to go up there? Hey, I don't want to go up there. Hey, could you fix this? I don't need to go up there. Is it any way we could do statement? Or, I could stay John Doe. So they said that it's a lot of people on edge right now because they still don't know if they're going to be able, like if they'll get called at the last minute. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So right. So they did say it was a lot of celebrities has already contacted their lawyers, shaking.
Well, you know, Ellen DeGeneres she flew out the country. Her and Adam Kushner.
Right.
They were gone last year. They left last year. Yeah, they're gone. Oprah Winfrey, she has some. She knows all about it as well. So you know, Diddy. If they do lock him up, I just really want that, which I hope he does. But I really want him to turn all the rest of them in. I really do. I want to see them fall. You know, because he's taking a fall for a lot of them.
Right.
And
right.
Meanwhile, Clyde Davis, I haven't heard anything from him.
I haven't even, and you know what's crazy? He hasn't even said either how I was saying probably about 20 minutes ago. I was like, where are all the friends at? Where are all the people?
I heard you.
Yeah, I mean, why haven't we heard Clyde say, hey, look, this is not him? Because I'm going to tell you again, he has a lot of skunk meat and stank going around everywhere he goes to, allegedly. And so many people are not saying anything. And I'm with you about, but you know, I said the same thing about R. Kelly, because I covered R. Kelly. And I said, why isn't R. Kelly saying so? Because they got R. Kelly on racketeering. You see?
Yeah, that's right.
And I said, okay, it's more when they were saying, oh, well, his security guard picked up one of the young girls. Now I said, okay, then where's the security guard at? We need to, some more people need to be named, but R. Kelly never named nobody. It's like he took it himself, even though what he did is low down. But the thing is, it was some more involved that he did not say. And I feel it's the same thing with Diddy. And that's what made me wonder what is going on. I know R. Kelly has not really brought anybody into, he took that racketeering, one person, but it was the way they were saying things was done, but he wasn't doing it by himself, you know? And,
absolutely.
But they're not saying anything. So that's why I was like, I wonder if Diddy, like you said, I hope he would tell more, but it don't look like he is.
Yeah, see, he's got to start singing like a bird. I know I would.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, if Diddy had any conscience about himself being a man,
right.
You know, I'm 7 years older than Diddy, but I clearly said I would make sure my daughters would never come to court to hear that.
Right, and they don't come no more. I think it did.
You know,
I think, yeah, you're right.
That right there, that makes no sense. I would just tell us that whatever you can do, you know, Grandma, Miss Janice, please do not bring my daughters. I don't want them to hear that. You know, if they're going to hear that, hear it from someplace else.
Right.
Don't hear that from, you know, in the courtroom where they were standing. So, you know, that's kind of sad. I feel really sorry about what happened to Kim Porter, because Gene Deal said he witnessed it. He broke her nose.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot going on with that as well. Yeah, you're right. And it was so many people, you know, like I said, the rumors was heavy. They was heavy about certain people was disappearing and certain people, you know, then you had Shine went to jail, and the girl who got hit with the pow, she said it wasn't Shine.
Shine.
You know, so it was just so much that was surrounding that, and I'm with you as well. The daughters definitely, you know, I'm glad that they stopped the door. I don't know if they stopped them from coming, but they didn't come after Tuesday. That was the last straw.
Right. Well, let me stress this. I'm not going to hold you too long. You know, a call is coming in. But I have 3 daughters. So I have all the sympathy. I have no sympathy for Diddy. Because that could, you know, man should never put his hands on women unless he's trying to protect himself.
Right.
And you know, when they showed the tape, I was done with Diddy.
Right.
I was done with him. I was done with him when Tupac, after he got rid of Tupac. Everyone knows he did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then he killed Biggie. Everybody knows he did that. So this guy, he's been going on for 30 years.
Well, I'm gonna have to say allegedly. I'm gonna have to say allegedly because it hasn't came out.
Okay.
But yeah, but I got you. Yeah, I got you though, and you are right, and I'm gonna take it even back further than that. What I was talking about, Wendy, when she was a radio disc jockey, right? And when she said, when she told me, well, she didn't tell me, but she told the public, when she said that Diddy had that group total to come to her station and jump her. I was then through with Diddy. And see, in New York, Wendy might be a blabbermouth on her talk show, but when she was a radio host, she was really good. You know what I'm saying? She was really good.
Yes, ma'am.
And when she said that about Diddy, which is coming out basically in court today, but when she said that back then, not only did she say Diddy had that group total to come to jump on her, do you know Wendy lost her job? And we were so used to hearing Wendy on the airway. And she lost her job the next damn day. That's why she went to Philly. She went to Philly and started broadcasting in Philly.
I know what you're saying is true. You know, Star.
Mm-hmm.
The guy Star come on YouTube. He said the same thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
They were waiting. They was going to ambush him. If Kevin wasn't there, they would have got her.
They would have got her. They would have got her. You see what I'm saying? And that's when I said that's the last straw, because we was already hearing different stuff in New York City about, you know, Diddy and things like that. And we was also seeing artists that was looking like they was strung out. And you saying, why is that artist like that or have nowhere to go and damn near homeless, and they were signed to Bad Boys? You see what I'm saying? And it was like, it was so heartbreaking. And so we was already hearing rumors and everybody feeling suspect. But then when Wendy Williams came out and said that, and then she did have to come off the airway and she started working she had to work in Philly.
Right.
You know,
I had those type of paperwork.
That was it.
Back then. My family's from New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
But I had the paperwork from back then, and it came and it said simply, he told them if you don't fire her, you know, that it's going to be no record levels, he's not going to do business with the radio station, period.
Right.
So they had to let her go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had that paperwork, you know, like I said, my family, I'm from New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey in the house, yeah. Yeah.
See, and I was a younger man, so I caught that part.
Mm-hmm.
So, but good, I'm gonna let you go on that.
But I appreciate you. I really do appreciate. Okay, well, tell me this right now. And I know that you don't. But before I'm gonna let you, but let me get this one out. Okay, we both don't really care about Diddy, okay, at all. But tell me your honest opinion, if you could set the feelings to a side. Which for this week one, which one do you think kind of presented a stronger case? Was it defense or was it prosecutor?
To be honest with you, the defense.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because Cassie is now pregnant. The jury has as much sympathy for her more than that they would have had if she wouldn't have walked in, you know, just normal.
Mm-hmm.
But she's pregnant, and I think that they made sure she was good and pregnant so that she can help the case.
Right.
Right. So that's what, you know, that's my opinion.
Okay, so then you mean the prosecutors then, not the defense? Because the defense is Diddy.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that the prosecution.
Okay, the prosecution. Okay, right.
They brought her in like that on purpose for the jury to get sympathy, to have
Right.
sympathy for a cat.
Right.
Showing that, she's pregnant and
Right.
how juries are. Yes, you see, this lady is, she's been through all this, and
Right.
that they have more sympathy for her.
Right. And
she was just walking around like me and you.
You right. And
so
yeah, and his defense team.
I ain't cutting you off.
No. Go ahead. I didn't know you was.
What Diddy did wrong. Okay, what Diddy did wrong. I'll tell you what he did wrong. He asked for a speedy trial. That's what he did wrong. I don't love that man. I hate him actually.
Right.
He asked for a speedy trial.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And you know why he asked for a speedy trial? As he kept on asking them, he kept saying, "I'll give you $50 million. I'll have cameras."
Mm-hmm.
And he kept turning him down all the time. Every time he kept asking, he kept turning him down. That's why the black attorney ain't black. He said, "Oh man, I ain't gonna be a part of this. This guy's a loser. He ain't listening to everybody. I'm trying to tell him to take the deal."
Well, see, he was.
They're gonna give him 15. He needs to take now. They're gonna bring up about the gun charges. They ain't hit them with that yet. I keep telling people. They didn't even say anything about the guns. He had found off the AK-47.
Well, hold on. Well, the weapon. Yeah. And I do get you, but what I do think right now, I just think it's a tie. The defense and the prosecutors. I guess I just feel it's a tie. But I did want to say this, that I think Diddy asked for a speedy trial because he is so used to living in luxury till he's just that right there. Oh hell, that's how I feel like he's feeling. Like, oh no,
bathroom, man.
Right.
I have a bathroom bigger than where he lives at.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right now, I have a bathroom that's bigger.
Right. So I do think that's why he was like, he just taking his chances. His thing is, I'm tired of this hole. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
because he been living like that ever since about 90 in the 90s, at least in the 90s. So that is a big drop. It's not like he been in this for about 15 years. No, this go all the way back to the 90s, the early 90s.
No drugs, he can't get drugs in there.
Yeah, so so he ready to get up out of there. I mean, you look at what.
That's what speedy trial.
Yeah, that's why that speedy trial. Yeah. I would too. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but if I'm used to a 18-bedroom mansion or even a 10-bedroom mansion, and then in his 90s he was still like in the condos and things like that. So in the 90s, I'm saying, and then you do that for how long it's been since 93, 94, 95. So you've been living that way, and here it is 2025, and you put a person in a cell like, oh yeah, I want a damn speedy trial. Do y'all have an expeditionally? Do you have an expeditionally trial? So yeah.
But look what Shine did his time. He got out, even though he didn't shoot anybody.
Huh?
Shine did his time and got out.
Yeah, but we talking about two different. Honey, we're talking about two different living lifestyles. Sean wasn't. You remember?
Okay.
Diddy artists wasn't living like Diddy, or Diddy security wasn't living like Diddy. You see?
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah. For somebody like I say us, I could probably say, yeah, I gonna do that, because I don't want no speedy trial. Yeah, but when you used to somebody just got your eggs and your bread, like you just got all this room, and you used to going to Dubai, or you used to go in here and you used to go in there, and they throw you in there like that. Yeah, he won't speedy.
Right.
He won't speedy trial. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. See, the average person will do.
One thing up to do you think that Jennifer Lopez? You think she's gonna be tested? She's gonna test everything?
Oh no, she just is cool. No.
Okay. Because Ben Affleck, he's trying to get away from her.
Yeah, I think they didn't they get a divorce too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, every time that name come up, and she was one of his girlfriends, people started distancing themselves then, because at that time, I guess he didn't know her name was flowing because she was one of his girlfriends. So I guess he wanted, some people wants to distance because they saying, oh, you most likely don't know, might get pulled into this, and I just don't want to be, you see what I'm saying? So some people just separate themselves. Yeah.
Right. Well, they said she had the gun. He gave her the gun.
Yeah. And it probably wasn't even that.
To carry it away, police won't check her.
Right. But I just think more people need to talk.
Hey, you're doing a good job over there. And,
thank you. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
My daughter introduced me to your channel, so.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I enjoyed the conversation.
Talk to you soon.
Appreciate you too, and thank you. We sending love to you and your daughter. Yeah, sending love to you and your daughter, and thank you so much. Thank you to the Knowledge family. Thank y'all so much. Very good conversation there. And like I said, her husband probably didn't even, Jennifer and her husband probably didn't even have no conflict about the Diddy situation. Their situation probably broke up for something else. But the thing is, it was quite suspect that as soon as her name started swarming around when Diddy got arrested, and she was one of Diddy's girlfriends, and they was naming Diddy girlfriends, it's like, and everybody started shaking in their boots. Yes, they did. So anyway, family, we're going to call it the night, I guess. I just want to say shout out to the awesome moderators that was in the house. Ray Solo, Kendall R, Hunter Green. Thank y'all so much. Bay Solo said she can remember when she was 17. Yeah, a lot. I know Mace has no love. Oh no, Saint Sinner. Yeah, now he ain't got it. Ain't no love there, is it? Jim C, thank you very much, Cafe. Thank you as well. Thank y'all all. Yes. She said Jennifer. Tangier said that Jennifer is out of the country. Yes. Yeah. See, it was a lot of them went across that water, didn't they? Yes, it was a lot of them running across there. Like, what? Where y'all going? Like, yeah. So thank you all so much. I'll be back tomorrow night as well, and we'll talk about what happened in trial tomorrow as well. I'm just waiting. We have 7 more weeks to go. And I'm just trying to see where's that going to end. You see what I'm saying? Like, who's lined up? But that's what I was going to say too. But I had stopped because the phone rang. But the judge told the prosecutor, then I'm getting ready to close out, family. But the judge told the prosecutor, hey, I need to have y'all list in here before 5 p.m. Sunday. Now, my thing is, I thought the judge was supposed to have everybody's witness list. Why is he asking for the witness list by Sunday? He should have already been seeing who, but he asked that from the prosecutor. He didn't say nothing to the defense. I guess the defense already have their stuff in or ready to go or whatever. But right now, it's the defense side, go. The prosecutor side. He asked for the list from the prosecutor, not the defense. So I thought the prosecutor, because see, if he'd have had that list, we would have been able to know who was all coming up next or who's on the list. You see what I'm saying? Some of them are named John Doe. They got pseudonyms. John Doe, Jane Doe, and stuff like that. But some of them, when they get on the stand, They got to say their name, don't they? Unless they're going to tell us John Doe, but tell the court their real name. I don't know. Anyway, family, gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Sending love always. Sending love. Sending kisses to everyone. I do see another the Darlene Chestnut, thank you so much, and your generosity is greatly appreciated. Thank you to everyone who donated to the channel today. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. Thank you to all the viewers, our subscribers overseas, everywhere. The comment section, the chat be on fire always. Thank y'all so much. Sending love to y'all. See y'all tomorrow.